Hello again guys, back on another video, and this video is my Raw March 19th, 2012 review and thoughts. Before I get started, I'd like to say that I am still a New York Giants fan, but if you follow me on Facebook, you would know that about halfway through last season, NFL season, I started liking the Broncos, who are in the works of signing Eli Manning's older brother, Peyton Manning, which is pretty cool. So yeah, back to Raw. Okay, the first match, no, it was segment. CM Punk came out, pretty much talked about how Chris Jericho last week said that CM Punk's father was a alcoholic, and pretty much that, and CM Punk said that his father has done on the road to recovery, and that he's proud of him. And then Jericho came out and acted like he was going to apologize for saying that about his father, and then he brought up his sister's drug problem, which I've been thinking, what the heck, why does this have to do anything with WWE? But I don't even know. So yeah, the first match was Kane versus Big Show, which Kane won after Cody Rhodes came out and just, I think he distracted the Big Show, and then Kane ended up winning, and then Cody Rhodes took boxing gloves up on Big Show, which is kind of weird because they have a match at WrestleMania this year. So yeah, okay, the second match, which was David Otunga versus Santino, which Otunga ended up winning. Kind of, I wouldn't say dominated, but I'd say close to dominated. But anyway, yeah. So next was the whole the Rock segment, which, like I've been saying the past couple weeks, the whole stupid Rock Cena segments are getting old and stupid, and each and every week, majority or the Rock promo segments that you have is him out at a historic monument talking about history. Well, that was the case last week. It wasn't quite as much this week as it was last week, but it's getting annoying. I wonder what they're gonna do next week when they're in Atlanta, I think. But anyway, okay, the next match was Daniel Bryan versus Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder, and I think his return match. Daniel Bryan ended up beating him. Yeah. So, okay, and the next match was John Cena versus Mark Henry, which it was somewhat a back and forth match. I'd say it's a pretty good match. But John Cena ended up winning, and then The Rock came out and rock bottomed Mark Henry to pretty much try to get into John Cena's head 13 days before, or by the time you see this, it'll be 12 days before WrestleMania. But anyway, okay, the next match, well, after that, I think it was after that match they announced that it was going to be a confrontation between John Cena and The Rock next week on Raw, which, who couldn't have guessed that? It's been getting so predictable. You can pretty much guess what's going to happen between that storyline each and every week. And like I said last week, I predict that John Cena is going to beat The Rock at WrestleMania 28, and then The Rock is going to challenge him at WrestleMania 29 next year. It's just going to be the whole crap again. I bet you. Any amount of money. But and then you won't see Rock for 3 to 4 to 5 months. Maybe comes back at SummerSlam. Maybe, I don't know. But then the next match was The Miz versus Sheamus. The Miz came out saying that he wanted to prove that he should have a match at WrestleMania and Johnny team and Team Johnny for the 6-man tag team match between Team Johnny and Team Teddy, that's just getting weird. I hope Teddy wins because Raw John Laurinaitis is, I don't even know how to explain it, but I don't like him on Raw. But The Miz ended up pretty much getting dominated by Sheamus. So yeah. Okay, the next match was Dolph Ziggler versus Jack Swagger. No, Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger versus Kofi Kingston and R-Truth, which it was an alright match. The match ended up with Dolph Ziggler pinning R-Truth, I think. Yeah, it was Dolph Ziggler pinning R-Truth, I think. Or was it? I don't remember, but R-Truth was the one that got pinned, I think. Yeah, and he picked his foot up and put it on the rope, and Vicky pushed it off, and the ref didn't see it, and blah, 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 blah. Oksana nearly kicked Vicky's ass. But anyway, okay. The next was the Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Undertaker segment. First of all, Shawn Michaels came out and pretty much talked about how last week he said that he already knows who's going to win, and blah, 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 blah. Then Undertaker came out and said that, pretty much said that what he said last week, that the match needs to stay pure and that doesn't needs to be any plans on who's going to win that match because he thinks he's going to win. And then Triple H came out and pretty much was talking about, what was he talking about? I can't remember. But anyway, then near the end of the show, Undertaker said, "You remember when I said that Shawn Michaels was better than you?" And then he paused for a second. And then he said, "Well, he is." He's trying to get into Triple H's head, saying that Shawn's better than Triple H and Shawn Michaels couldn't get it done and blah, 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 blah. Like I've been saying for the past couple weeks, the streak is over. 19-1. It's over. It won't be 20-0. I guarantee it. So tell me what you think about Monday Night Raw. Tell me what you think about the Broncos signing Peyton Manning. Until next time, guys, remember to comment, rate, subscribe, and goodbye.